Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. And today, since it's football season, we're going to talk about my favorite football player, and that's Dan Marino. I grew up in South Florida, and I went to see Dan Marino play many times. You were never out of a game when Dan Marino was there. He made some of the greatest comebacks. Here's a signed picture I have of Dan. And a super nice guy, super nice. Incredible player. He played 17 years. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2005. And incredible in his time, he set a lot of records. The first quarterback to pass 5,000 yards in one season, the first one. He had over 60,000 passing yards. That's his rookie card here. This is the 1984 Dan Marino rookie card in 8.5. And he played 17 years. He threw 420 touchdowns. And what was so incredible, I think, about him is that he couldn't run. He couldn't run a lick. I think my dad could run faster than him. So he was really the first pure passer. He would just stay in the pocket, but he had the quickest release that I've ever seen. Look at that. Dan became a quarterback in Pee Wee League, 4th grade. Classic drop back quarterback with a rifle arm and quick release. So these are some of my Dan Marino cards I'm going to show here. That's the rookie card. This is the second year card. That's the 1985 and an 8. And these are really, really tough to get in good condition due to the black borders. And there's the back of that card here. That's the second year Dan Marino. I like that one because it has the black borders and it's just a horizontal picture of him, and I like that. And this is a starting lineup. (1988) starting lineup. I think that's his first year starting lineup. I'm not sure. But anyway, Dan went to 9 Pro Bowls. So let me show you some of the other cards here that I have. Went to 9 Pro Bowls. This is his other rookie year card, which really is a Fred Dean card, but it's him sacking Dan. And he got sacked a lot because he just couldn't run. He couldn't run. It's a Fred Dean, and it's the game here. So that's that one here. That's another one of his second year cards. Record breaker, most touchdown passes in a season. Dan Marino threw 48 touchdown passes, 84 to set a new NFL record. He beat the old mark of 36. So he really, the record was 36 touchdowns a season, and then he threw for 48. That's how good he was. He was way ahead of his time because he was just a pure passer with an incredible arm. And these are the passing leaders that year. Marino was a rookie. This was his second year card, 1984 here. Passing leaders. And Montana. really some of the two best quarterbacks, probably the two best quarterbacks of the 80s. I guess we'll throw Elway in there, but look at the Montana had 102.9 points, and Marino had 108. Incredible player, incredible passer. There's another early Marino card here. This is the year where you got the Rice rookie. And these, I think most of these I pulled from packs. So I gotta take a look at these, maybe get some of these graded, but it shows you some of the early Marino cards here. Look at the yardage. 1984, 5,000 yards, 48 touchdowns. Set an NFL mark for the fastest ascension to a 10,000 yard plateau. Here's another one of the Dan Marino cards here. Dan goes deep. It's another early Marino. Basically going to show you most of the early Marino cards. Kind of a little Marino run here. I've got two of those here. There's another Marino here. And he really was a great, great player. I mean, 13 times in his career, he passed for over 400 yards. Got two of those here. This is see another record breaker. Most consecutive seasons with 30 or more touchdown passes. And this is in 1986, and he went on to do a lot more. Here's another one of the passing leader cards in 86, again with Dan Marino. Dan Marino on top. Joe Montana came in second that year. Got a lot of record breakers because during his time, you know, he really was, as far as a passer, he was one of the most accurate with the quickest releases. And you know, his second year was, you know, unlike anything in NFL history. You know, he guided the Dolphins to a 14-2 record and a division crown, and he became the first player to pass over 5,000 yards in a single season that year. He had 5,084 yards. Here's a 90th player. And he also had 48 touchdown passes that year. I mean, that was just incredible. He went on to the AFC Championship game where he threw for 421 yards. And they blew out the Steelers that year. And it was the first time Marino went to the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, he lost to the 49ers. And he never went back to another Super Bowl. Dolphins just never really put a good team behind him. There's a Pacific. Just a little bit of everything I got in here, so I'm just gonna go through these. There's a Pro Set card. I don't even know how many of these Marinos I have, but quite a few of them here. It's a classic Pro Set card. Got a few of those. This is kind of one you don't see too often. I think this is from the UK, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is from the UK. All-time great quarterbacks. Some more Marino cards. Look at this one. This is like a it's a magnet. That's a magnet, but it's cool looking. This is one you don't see too often. This is the Wholesome Bread. 1987 Wholesome Bread. And I like this one here. The animation. Here's another Pacific card here. So shiny. And this is a good one here. This is one of the Provisions, the football Provisions. 91 Fleer. 91 Fleer made the baseball Provisions and the football Provisions. Miami Heat. Ultra All-Star. This is like an insert back then. Yeah. And here's another Dan Marino wild card. Let's get to another stack here. This is the action packed. So Marino went to there's a Pro Line card. Marino went to the Pro Bowl 17 times. And he was just, as far as quarterbacks are concerned, there's no doubt he was one of the top in the 80s when he came on. Him, Montana, and Elway. This is a Thunder and Lightning card. Keith Jackson in the back. This is an insert back then. This is an Edge, Dan Marino Edge. A couple of those. This is here comes the metal, Fleer metal Marino. Just a bunch of Marino cards I got here over the years. Here's the playoff contenders. And an upper deck Marino. This is the Pro Bowl version here, ESP. And a playoff. These are pretty much from the 90s, early 90s, late 80s, or earlier playing days. This is the Members' Choice Stadium Club. This is the a regular Stadium Club. And here's another Stadium Club. I got a little bit of everything in here. It's a nice action shot here, thrown to the running back. So another Member's Choice Marino. But Marino threw for 61,361 yards, 420 touchdowns in his career. And, he was I'm gonna come up to it here. Well, I'm gonna move up a little bit on some of these cards here. Because this Mangini, like this is when he was in Pittsburgh. And that's where he played college. He's an incredible player back then too. That's him playing golf, Pro Line portraits, and here he is here. He's an incredible college quarterback. And he was highly rated and highly drafted. He was an all-star at Central Catholic High School. Went on to start at the University of Pittsburgh. So these are cool cards of Pro Lines, and it's got a little story behind it. So we'll move on to the rest of these because I got a bunch here. So I don't want to make the video too long, but just want to show you some Marino cards here. This is the classic Pro Line Live. Team leader. I think that's the gold version. There's a little gold thing in there. These are some more of the upper deck quarterback. Let's see, look at that knee brace he had. He couldn't run a lick. The guy was just, you know, he was like a quarterback back there. It was just one leg, peg leg. But boy, could he throw. And you couldn't get him because he would just do a quick move to the side and you'd go right by him. But his knees were so bad. Look at that. And he still played 17 years. And he's still one of the top passers ever. Can you imagine if he had good knees? He could run. But, you know, it is what it is. He's still Hall of Fame. First ballot Hall of Famer. There's no doubt about it. Look at that with the snow. It's probably against one of the games with Buffalo. That was the arch rival, the Bills. Another one of the upper deck cards. Here's a classic Miami posed, armed and dangerous. The Miami skyline in the background. An older vet there. A skybox. Just gonna show you a few more here. And here's a card where he did the 7 straight 3,000-yard seasons. It's a pro set. Here's another one of those Pro Line cards. And the Pro Set base Marino card. Look at him. Everybody's coming at him there, ready to sack him. But he'll get rid of that ball before they touch him. Had the quickest release in football history, I think. In my opinion, so look at that. And that's about it for Dan. The video's getting a little long, so. Anyway, guys, just want to thank you for watching my videos, for liking and subscribing. I don't do a lot of football, but, you know, Dan Marino is Dan Marino. Gotta at least have one Dan Marino card in your collection because he is one of the best quarterbacks in the history of football. And I just wanted to show you some of the cards that I have in an autograph photo. So again, thank you everybody for watching my videos. I really, really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you next time on A Collector's Dream. This is Orlando. Have an awesome day. Thanks for watching.